Oh, I remember I told you. Did you guys end up watching Painkiller?
Yeah, I watched like 3 episodes.
You watched it 3 episodes.
Yeah.
How far is that? I forget. Like, where's the last thing you saw?
So I'm at
And for all those that don't know, hold on, let me give them a quick recap. Painkiller is like a whole it's like a docu show series they have on Netflix right now about the establishment and creation of OxyContin in the pharmaceutical industry, and then basically how the opioid epidemic systemically happened. But yeah, go ahead. Let me hear what you're talking about.
So I'm at the point where the guy who does like the FDA approval.
Oh yes, yeah.
Where he's stamping and stuff. So they finally got their approval, like with the words, so that they can because I guess people were dying, and they basically got there, and the people started coming like we got to fix this, we got to make this kind of like legal.
Yeah. Exactly.
So basically, I'm at the part where they got him to start stamping stuff and get the approval, so that they can mass market it.
Did you have any idea of how things kind of went down behind the door, or like I guess pharmaceutically? Yeah, I guess behind fuck. Did you have any idea of how things transpired up until watching the show at all? Like, did you know that it was
not like how they showed it, but like I look at it like everything that they did makes sense, in the sense of like, if you're gonna, this is how you take over a business or take over because basically it's like they're corporate street guys. You know what I'm saying? They're treating this like it's crack. That's what they were comparing it to, right? They were comparing it to crack and the epidemic that happened in the 80s, right?
It's like so it's like identical to heroin.
Yeah, so it's like, I look at it like they're just corporate drug dealers. So the way they from even using the girls' sex cells to sell the product and stuff like that, it's like, that's, from a street point of view, that's genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
And from a corporate point of view, it's even more genius, because you have white blonde girls going into suburbs selling a drug that's going to either like long-term effects that are gonna actually do something to you.
It's being advertised as a cure and as a remedy for pain, right? So many people are in pain in the world and like have no way out. Thing is, it's like, these opioids, the long-term effect of these things were obviously like, not, as they were negated or not.
I don't even think that it was long-term. It was like a short term with a
3-month period
with a long-term effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it could happen in a short term. Like, if you're taking freaking 40 milligram perks and you're taking 3-4 a day for 10 days, you're going to be addicted by the end of the week.
By the end of the week, your body's gonna crave that.
Exactly. So that's a short period of time, but the effects of it are gonna still be in your body for months.
Yeah.
Maybe a year. Like, homeboy went back to doing it.
Yeah, absolutely, right. And I also think it was an interesting take, just because like then you see how the effects are, how they directly impact society, right? And then you have the whole like the crisis and benefit on the opioid epidemic. I believe that a lot of people never really had insight towards it in the way that this kind of framed it in. Right? I don't think that people really saw or really kind of had the idea or understanding how the pharmaceutical industry can actually be destroying communities as they displayed it in there.
Do you believe in an addictive personality?
Yeah, I believe people can have addictive tendencies or addictive personalities. But what is your question alluding to?
Just for in the sense of like, when they're doing the drug.
But I also think that there are addictive substances, regardless if you have addictive personality or not. Like, I do believe that certain substances like that have been proven, such as cigarettes, opioids, these things are physically addictive and like, chemically addictive to you. So like after a while, even if you don't have an addictive personality, your body is going to physically want or crave for that.
I think some people's personalities dictate a lot of it, though.
In
I
what regard?
agree, like, nicotine's addictive.
Right, for
and
sure.
If like somebody's addicted to alcohol, for example, and they try to quit cold turkey, like if they're really
they'll die
in it, they could die.
Yeah.
Like their body will go through.
Yeah, alcoholism is a real thing.
Alcohol, I think, and benzos are like the two that'll kill you.
Will,
if you just cut them off cold turkey.
Opiates can, and that's physically. But I think those two are more
right. It's alcohol and benzos are the prime two, and like I said, and that's because it's a physical response. Your body,
your body's now dependent on it.
Right.
So I would say at that point,
if you're prescribed something from your doctor,
choice, right? But we all know people that smoke cigarettes. And dog, you'll see some man smoke like a one.
Chain smokers.
Some niggas are just sitting there, boom, going crazy.
I don't even know how they can do that.
So like, imagine now if you took that mindset with a different substance, with like a harder drug. Some guys might party Friday, Saturday. Some men are like, yo, all week I'm not even sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So, and then even weed, you'll see some people like they'll just chain smoke the weed. So I feel like personality does play like a big part.
I think personality will dictate like your relationship with the substance in that regard. Like, if you're just using the shit recreationally, then I definitely think your personality it comes in play. I think that if, for example, you're just a regular normal patron, you're going to the doctor under the like the innocent guise of wanting a like cure for your pain, and you're taking your medicine as prescribed, and then an addiction happens and starts to build up as a result of you just following instructions and doctor orders. Well, I don't know if I'm completely to blame on your personality for that, because over time too, remember, these people build tolerance, and so it's not only in like under any circumstance. Just like a cigarette doesn't hit the same after fucking the 100th one, a perk's not gonna hit the same after the 100th one.
That's why.
Yeah, so part of it, I would definitely say that substance is causing them to be addicted, but I think that a person can throw themselves into that shit. Like, some people even get addicted to things faster than other people.
Right.
And then you
Like,
start changing
in
the way you take the
30-day
drug.
span, this guy looks different.
Like, they start
how the hell
busting
you
out
get
brain.
like that?
Yeah.
Because, nigga, you're pressing the issue. Like, if, like, some people that's addicted to one thing, like, bro, if they smoked, if they gambled, if they played video games, they would probably do all that shit at the same frequency. Like, they would just fucking abuse it, you know?
Right.
I feel like that is part of, like, a personality trait.
And then also they will start like, you know, like once you start changing the way you take the drug, it's a problem.
Yes, I feel like, but that's when the drug stops hitting the same.
Yeah, like if you start snorting Oxycontin, you're clearly the digestive way isn't working fast enough. You want the quick hit to the head, you know? Like, you're not trying to do the time release.
If you're crushing pills and putting them in your nose, like
you're
gone,
up there.
Gone too far.
I would say that's part of your personality still. Like, you know, like you need this now. You know, where somebody else is like, I'll wait a half hour for it to kick in. He said, you got time. I'm doing it right now.
I feel it. But it's a good show, definitely. Like,
you know, it also ties in, like personality. Also, last thing I'm gonna like say, it does tie into like, I don't know, mental health and whatnot, because people use a lot of these things too, like painkillers, opiates, whatever substance they use, as like coping mechanisms for whatever the fuck they're dealing with, right? And I don't know, like, fuck, I'm gonna just bring it up. Like, for example, like, I know none of you niggas watched Euphoria, right? Since the last time I spoke about it.
no.
Yeah, but they had, so the main character, or one of the main characters on the show, he had passed away recently, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it was an accidental overdose. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it was. And yeah, you just never know what motherfuckers are going through. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
I also think when,
also
like,
with that, like with the pills too, like he might even have been a casual user, but he got some Fenty or something. You know, a lot of.
True.
but I also think
true.
when people
Pills
get
are
into their
pressed, right?
character,
True.
you know, when you start getting into the acting and you start getting into your character, you start actually like being
That
the
could
parts.
be a part, yo.
You
The
know?
acting thing, like some of those people
Take
in
it a little too
Hollywood,
serious.
bro,
Yeah, I feel you.
their mind is elsewhere.
Because that's how
you
they get
feel me?
that's how they play the role the best.
They really
because
just
they actually
become these
become
individuals,
the person.
that they're portraying or whatever the case may be.
And that's part of mental health because they can't separate this from the real world. They start thinking
I think
this is
acting
reality.
itself is kind of crazy, especially if you do more like serious roles. If you're like in a comedic setting and you're already a comedian,
You have split
it's not
personalities.
that,
I think
it's
you
not
have
that
split
different. But like when
personalities.
you got to be all these different characters and like really throw yourself into it,
Yeah.
I feel like that has to have some kind
It
of
definitely
effect
takes a
on your
toll on you.
mind.
Definitely. You
Spend
might
so much
need
of your
something
time
to
being
cope with
different
that.
people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
You might start losing track of who you are.
I can see that happening. You know,
Definitely. Yeah. It never happened like Heath Ledger or something. When he
Yeah,
tried to play
like
Joker.
that's why the
That's what they
Joker
say,
role was
yeah,
so
right,
iconic
yeah.
because he started to believe he was the person, and
Man,
then
mud.
you know,
My man, look too mud, bro.
yeah.
No.
hey man, that's
Not
what
about Rouse. Any closing statements? Anybody want to end off? Ending thoughts? Closing statements?
Nah, just
Revelations?
stay blessed and less stress. That's all I can say on my part for everybody else watching. You know,
I don't know. It's good
but
to
tune
be
in
back
next
still.
week. Tune in next week.
We have a special guest for you guys next week. Any closing words?
It's just good to be back still. You know.
Boom, boom. And that wraps it up. It's great to
Alright.
be back. Can't wait to hear from you guys.
Later.
Peace.